Babe. Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Swimmer of Las Vegas' daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop, you like that? Your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Betting. We've got an amazing Thursday show. Let me go around the horn, guys. Jeff Michaels, Nick Parsons, Jimmy Adams, Dan Kaiser, all here. Let me do some individual hellos. Jeff, good morning. How are you today, sir?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. We've been on a hot run, so it's been nice, been exciting, and I'm excited to get into some more free winners for you guys today.
Well, great stuff. I'm glad to have you back, Jeff, and we're glad to be back with this panel. Nick Parsons, good morning. How are you today, buddy?
Fantastic, Joe. Good to see you back as well. And yeah, I've suddenly caught fire again on the premium side, so we can get into that in a little bit as well.
I love it. I love Nick. My good buddy, Jimmy Adams, the guys. You know, I love this entire panel. I love everybody I work with. Jimmy checked in on us, as well as everybody did on the show, and very concerned as soon as he came on. Jimmy, how are you today?
You know, I'm doing better this morning. I had a 5% play on Maryland, and it was my worst pick of the season, so I was extremely pissed off last night. Good news is we're hot in the NFL, and we're going to bounce back, I'm confident, tonight. So we're turning the page, and let's go.
Guys, when you win as much as the Cappers do at WagerTalk and Sports Memo, guys, the integrity is unrivaled, but I will tell you, they don't mind talking about the losers. As a matter of fact, it pisses them off, and I love when they talk about it because there's so few of those losers, so few and far between from the winners, that we actually stand out in your head, so we talk about them. Love the integrity, Jimmy. I'm sure you're going to bounce back today. My good buddy, Danny boy, Dan Kaiser. How are you today, buddy?
Going good. Coming off a win last night. Things seem to be bouncing back and going in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to closing out this month.
Great stuff. Speaking about bouncing, how are you, honey?
I'm doing great.
Stuff for you. A lot of surprises, too. So in the upcoming weeks, you're going to see some new guests you've never seen before. Not on Sports Memo, and some of you haven't even seen on WagerTalk. So tune in, guys, for a few laughs and a lot of free content. Having said that, real quick, guys, I had to take Dionne's hat away. It was the naughty hat. I have my Santa hat. Obviously, I'm nice. She's naughty. You all know that just from watching the show.
That's why you like me.
That's it.
Be honest.
See, she admits it. Sports fans, Dionne's got a couple of discounts for you. Then we're going to go right into that's all, folks. We're going to go right into some free content from this amazing panel. Dionne, take it away.
So we still do have that amazing discount that's going on for the College Football Bowl access. You can get it right now for just $149, and that does include all of the big plays that all of the cappers do have going on. And we also do have our $2 Tuesday capper, Ross Benjamin. He does still have his $2 play available in his Cure Bowl winner for just $2. So make sure you head on over to the site and pick that up. And myself and Joey have an amazing discount that just started yesterday. You can get the rest of 2022 from both myself and Joey for just $99. That does include all of our big 5%, 10% plays and everything that we have going on in all 5 sports.
I just love the hearts of the hours.
I do too.
I just love
it's
those.
Adorable.
And you like my pose? I did this again. All right, sports fans, without any further ado, my good friend Nick Parsons, you know him as the Insider's Room. He told you, and I got to tell you, he's being humble, he caught fire. Well, let me tell you, if he caught fire, that little tiny fire they had back in the day that took out Chicago, the Chicago fire, was just a lit match and a newspaper, I'll tell you now, because he is absolutely scorching bookmakers. I'm back. My good friend Nick Parsons is going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing. He's got a free best bet for you. Nick, take it away.
Yeah. So, have gone 6-1 over the last 3 days. So we're back on track. I mean, in the professional handicapping industry, you got to survive the ups and downs. But when a handicapper is at the beginning of his new run, that's always a good time to jump on board. So go check out Sports Memo. Take advantage of all those different deals that Dionne was talking about there. And so, guys, for this one here, I'm looking at the Bears. I'm looking at Philadelphia this weekend. And we got one big favorite and one big underdog here. And when I look at this game, I'm looking at two extremes, I guess. One team has the best record in the NFL and is trying to maintain its lead in a tough division. The other one is already out of playoff contention. So one team's playing for pride. The other one is playing for seeding. The Bears obviously this year they've struggled with offensive consistency. That's the main reason that's led to their 3-10 record. But that said, quarterback Justin Fields has taken a big step forward this season with his play. Up until he most recently missed a game there against the Jets, in 5 consecutive games he had a touchdown and a rushing touchdown as well. But yeah, Philadelphia's defense, it's obviously pretty stout. One has to wonder where the motivation is going to come from for the Bears in this one, who fell 28-19 here at home against the Packers last weekend. They allowed those 18 fourth quarter unanswered points. And I mean, when you looked at that game and you look at that fourth quarter, the Bears secondary, it's in absolute shambles right now. It took a while there for Rodgers to get going, but he definitely started to pick them apart. And so, yeah, I just don't think Hurts is going to need any time to get going here. I think that he would be looking at this game. You know, last week against Tennessee, Hurts had 380 passing yards, and he's in his pro career, he's never gone over 400 yards. So could this be the weekend? I mean, it very well could be. He's now the hands-on favorite to win the MVP. And so I think he's going to have no mercy here on the Bears. And so this is a bit of a larger spread, but I think it's warranted. I'm going to suggest a play on Philadelphia here, Joe.
Nick Parsons doing great work, guys. He says take Philly minus the 9. How about the coincidence between I mentioned the Chicago Fire and you saying Jalen Hurts is going to light up the Bears defense? I love that. What a coincidence. My friend Nick Parsons is doing great work. You know, we've got these great customer appreciation discounts, the best in the business. After the show, go follow Nick. You're going to follow him to the back. Now, Nick has to take off. He has to get all his plays up for the day so you can get some more winners on the premium side over at Sports Memo by Nick. But don't worry if you miss any portion of the show. We're going to run down all the free plays. I'm going to promote Nick at the end again. But he's going to take off. So, Nick, good luck to you and God bless this weekend.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Dionne. Later, fellas.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Guys, we got the best set of cappers in the world that contribute to the First Family Show. I'll put this panel and the contributors up against any panel and any sports betting show. Hey, any show in the world. I know we could kick. What is that? Was that The View? The View's ass. Oh, my God. And if you think I'm annoying, any one of those people on The View are more annoying than me. I'll tell you that. Oh, my God. I'll never hit a woman in my life, but I will sure come close to any one of those ladies on The View. I'll tell you that. Come on. If you don't think that those are the biggest annoying guys, let me just put it this way real quick on a small rant. With all the millions and millions and billions of smart, articulate, creative, bright women on the planet, why they put the 5 dumbest on one panel just to annoy us? I don't know. It just annoys me. In any case,
I think you should tell us how you really feel.
I hate that. I can't believe that. Oh, in any case, guys, my good friend Dan Kaiser, who's got his head in his hands, is always laughing at stuff I've got to say. You got to admit, Dan, I'm fun. Yesterday, we had some fun with Kevin Thomas. He had a new background. It was this red velvet drapes. So I said, our good friend Kevin Thomas is here, and we're going to find out if he's at the movie theater or he's at a late night, or if it's a late night into the morning and a strip club. So he lost it. He absolutely red velvet drapes he had up there. Look pretty nice.
He may never have that red drape.
I don't think he's never going to have it up again. Guys, my good friend Dan Kaiser, who has a great sense of humor, but you know what? He's even greater at picking winners, and he's been picking winners for decades. He's one of my favorite panelists in the world. He always brings it, got a great streetwise angle to his breakdowns and analysis on games, and he's doing great work too over at Sports Memo. You know, for like more than 2 months. It's been more than 2 months with you in the NFL, right, Dan?
Yep.
Been crushing it. You know, anybody can have a good weekend or even a good week or two. Man, he's been crushing it in one of the hardest sports to predict for any capper, the NFL, for more than 2 months. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing. He's got a free best bet. Dan Kaiser, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, now you just gave me 2 things before I start. First, see, at least you gave him the option of a movie theater or a late night strip club. For me, you would have went straight to the strip club. and second thing, Joe, is you can't be annoyed if you don't watch. So
You're right.
Just keep that in mind. All right, so yeah, my free play here is on the Lending Tree Bowl, or maybe the more likely the land of misfit quarterbacks here. But you know, usually just to preface this, usually bowl game. I love the bowl season. Usually, I'm probably betting every bowl game, but this season you got, before it used to be okay. no problem, straight up handicap the 2 games. Then when you got into some of the minor bowls, it's like, oh, is a superstar gonna opt out? Now you got to worry about people opting out, even opting out of the big games, transfer portal. There's lots more things that go into this one, so you have to be a little bit more selective, I think, at least this season, until we see how all this stuff plays out. But like I said, Lending Tree Bowl, Southern Miss takes on Rice. Both these teams started out the season decent, but struggled down the stretch. Rice comes in having lost their last 3 games of the season. The big thing is they lost their starting quarterback, and his replacement was a freshman in AJ Padgett, who struggled coming in, and then he played a little bit better in his first start. He's only thrown for 339 yards this season, 2 touchdowns. As I said, he hasn't played much. They go against Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles. They started out the season 5-3, but finished on a 1-3 note. They made a move at quarterback also late in the season. They started Trey Lowe the last 4 games of the season, and he's expected to start in this bowl game. He was the 3rd quarterback that started for Southern Miss this season, so they've been inconsistent pretty much at that position the whole season. He did throw for 1,400 yards in this season, 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So, you got 2 teams that have struggled at the quarterback position. At least, for Rice's quarterback, at least he's got a couple of weeks now working with the first team, so he should play a lot better in this one. Obviously, Trey Lowe, that Southern Miss didn't think that highly of him to begin the season, or because he would have started. So I'm looking at this one. Basically, this game should be a battle between bad quarterbacks. And in a game like that, there's no really definite defensive advantage to either side, I think it's going to be a very close game. So I'm going to take the points in this one.
Dan Kaiser said he is going to take the points with the Rice Owls. He likes it. Great breakdown, great analysis. As usual, Dan, what we come to expect from you. Guys, Dan's doing great work in multiple sports over at Sports Memo. After the show, take advantage of the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. Go to Sports Memo, follow Dan. You're going to follow him to the bank. Dan, before we go over to Jeff, I want to tell you something. You touched on something during your breakdown analysis. You talked about opt-outs and transfer portals. Now, just an example, I have to do the college football forecast show. I love doing it. It's my show. I'm the host of the show since last year when we started it. I'm doing it, so I had to come up with a best bet today. Now we select 3 round table games are selected for us, and then we each come in with a best bet. And I like to give the viewers a little variety, and I like to give something we've covered on a round table as a best bet. And I was hard pressed to find something. Now, because of transfer portals and opt-outs, and these are occurring every day, you're hearing about more and more. And just over the last few days, just to let you know, sports fans, you got to be really careful here. If there's a thing you like or game you like in the bowls, I tell you, sports betting is about when to know to be patient, when to know to be aggressive. You got to be real careful because on any given day, a starting quarterback, a starting running back, an entire defensive line. I know one of the teams lost an entire linebacking core coming up this week alone. Well, 3 of their linebackers, 3 of their best linebackers. This changes things. I know one total moved from overnight to the next morning, 4.5, 5 points. Guys, listen, I know there are some cappers out there that like to put up, they'll put up a game for a week and a half down the road. I can't do that. I have to wait because of that. I can't move on something like that because of the transfer portals and the opt-outs. Dan really made a good point. Sports fans, be careful when betting the future bowl games, unless there's absolutely something you really love and you see something in the line that gives you a huge advantage, you got to wait because on any given, literally from morning to afternoon, these lines are moving. And they're moving because of transfer portals and opt-outs. And every day, kids are opting out. Kids are going to the transfer portal, and it makes things a lot tougher. I mean, like I said, Dan, I went to look at games just through Monday in the bowls. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a ton of them. 9 or 10, give or take. Don't quote me on it. And every game I looked at that caught my eye because of the number had an issue with opt-outs and transfer portal. Every game. And it wasn't just one side, it was both sides. And it changes the entire dynamics of the game. So when you're dealing with bowl games, guys, do your due diligence. Unless you absolutely love something, wait. That's my professional advice as a guy that was written up as, one of the better bowl cappers in the world over the last 20 years. But guys, Dan's doing great work, and he get his betting insights and analysis. Really, what he said about transfer portals and opt-outs it's just, guys, it's worth its weight in gold. I'll tell you that. Dan's doing great work. Make sure you go follow him after the show with the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. Dan's going to stick around to the end of the show. And so if you have a question or comment, fire away. We're going to try to get to them. You know, when you do really good work, you're in demand. And I don't know if there's another guy on either SportsMemo or WagerTalk doing as much content video-wise as Jeff Michaels. He is all over both brands doing a lot of content. First of all, he does great breakdowns and analysis. Second of all, he's just wonderful on camera. Third of all, which is most important, he's a winner. He's doing great in several sports over at SportsMemo. He's a leaderboard fixture over there. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing. He's got a free best bet for you. Jeff, take it away.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, before I get into that, add one point to what you guys were saying. I know I might be a little biased. I know I'm an Ohio State fan, but perfect example there with that transfer portal. You know, Jackson Smith and Jigba, they thought he might come back to prove his worth and make himself a higher first-round draft pick. And you come out and you opt out of the college football playoffs. So you never know. Nobody's safe. No team's safe. No situation is safe from that, you know, from a transfer portal or from an opt-out in an NFL perspective, like that case with injuries. So just to reiterate the point, to make sure, you know, they're just as important to check as the injuries when you're looking at these bowl games, without question. But guys, Joe said it, we've been red hot. We've been red hot in multiple sports. I mean, the last 7 days, we've climbed up to number 3 on the leaderboard, 13-6. But more recently, 9-2-1 in the last 12 plays overall. So we're hitting 82% and 11-2 in the last 13 NFL plays. So 2 weeks, 1 loss per week in the NFL, and we've had at least 5 wins in back-to-back weeks. So been red hot across the board, and looking forward to another NFL weekend tonight, or starting tonight, excuse me. But guys, I'm talking NBA tonight, and if you guys follow me over on Twitter, I've been doing a lot at JM Sports CLE with first half, first quarter lines, trends, that kind of idea. I'm going back to that first half idea, and I'm looking at the Clippers tonight. You know, they had a tough one yesterday. They're coming off a no rest, so they could be potentially without Kawhi Leonard. I didn't see an official injury report from them prior to the show, but there's more injuries to be concerned about on the other side. I mean, Phoenix could be without, they're looking like they're going to be without Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton again, which are 2 big pieces, both offensive and defensively, to that Phoenix team. And I think that yesterday's game actually may benefit the Clippers. They only scored 38 points in the first half against the Houston Rockets, but they bounced back. They scored 61 points in the second half and ended up winning the game by 11. So a lot of momentum in the last 2 quarters of that game that are going to carry over into the next day. And you look at that Houston team, I mean, the game before that, you know who they played? This Phoenix team. So Phoenix's last game was against Houston as well. They only scored 35 points in the first half. So something to be said that maybe that Houston loss yesterday, or first half loss to Houston yesterday, isn't quite as bad for the Clippers as it may seem. I mean, Phoenix has only covered 1 out of their last 5 games in the first half, and they're 4-10 against the spread over the last 14. They're putting up 45 points in the first half on average over the last 5 games, and they're just 13-26 in the first half against teams allowing 108 points or less, which constitutes them as a good defense by someone's standards. But at that level, Phoenix is struggling early against these good teams and good defensive teams at that. So I think that Kawhi Leonard injury is negated by the injuries on the other side, and I do think LA pulls this one out tonight. So I like them in the first half minus a point.
Great stuff, and he's on fire. I got to tell you, he tells you today is Halloween. Throw your calendars out. My good buddy Jeff Michaels said first half the Clippers is a win. He did say that he, you know, over at Jeff Michaels, JM Sports CLE on Twitter, his Twitter handle, you can find a lot of these first halves for props, this, that, and the other thing for NBA. And he's been doing some great work, but he's really turned it up a notch. He is a leaderboard fixture at SportsMemo, one of the best cappers to follow if you're want to utilize one of these great customer appreciation discounts. Sorry, I'm a little babbly today.
It's okay.
I'm a little babbly. We weren't as rushed as yesterday, and rushed I was good. Yesterday I have a lot of time on my hands. I'm babbly, but my good friend Jeff,
two pots
of coffee. My good friend Jeff Michael's doing great work over at Sports Memo. Follow him. You're going to follow him to the bank. He's going to stick around for a little bit. If you have any questions for Jeff, fire away. Plus, if you missed any of the free winners that we've got, we're going to run through them at the end of the show. Nick Parsons had to take off. We'll make sure you get them all. Speaking about winners, we're going to go to the First Lady of Las Vegas, who's really on 5 sport leaderboards, doing very, very well. I know her free plays are going on over 2.5, 3 months. Hit it about 80% on all the shows, Sports Memo TV, Family on Sports Memo TV, First Family, Family Affair, College and Pro Football Forecast, over 80%. If our free winners are doing that, what do you think a premium place can do for you? She is a winner in 5 sports right now. She's doing some great work, and I'm proud of her. I know you guys are too. She's going to tell you what she's been doing. She's going to tell you what she's going to be doing. She's got a free best bet for you. Dionne D'Amico, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Guys, I don't release too many totals in college basketball, but today I have uncovered one that's going to make us money. I am excited to announce that I have my first total in the college basketball season with my NCAA basketball total of the week. And I will also have all of my pro and college football releases posted by tonight. So make sure you head on over to the site and check those out. And also, this is the perfect time to go ahead and use that discount for the rest of 2022 for just myself and Joey for $99. That does include all of our big plays and everything that we are covering in all 5 sports that the 2 of us do release. And guys, for my free play today, Brock Purdy, having played his collegiate career in the Big 12, is no stranger to big games. Now, guys, I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you there isn't a huge difference between playing at the collegiate level and the professional level. There is. But he looked very comfortable in his first career start last week, throwing for 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Now, there is an argument that the Seattle defense has had a week to prepare for the quarterback. However, take into consideration, the Seahawks D is not very good. They ranked 30th in points allowed, getting plowed for 25.7 points per game. They are 18th against the pass and 31st against the rush. Starting with the arsenal of receivers that Purdy has at his disposal, he should be able to move the ball in the air. If he can play mistake-free, it gives his team a huge edge here. However, the biggest weapon will be on the ground behind the 9th-ranked rushing attack in the league. Having a ground game so potent will keep the Seattle defense honest, allowing Purdy to open up the passing attack and eat up a lot of the clock. While the Seahawks can score points, I mean, they rank 6th in the NFL, scoring over 26.3 points per game. But the 49er stop unit has not allowed a single opponent to score better than 17 points since the end of October. San Fran, 6-0 ATS the last 6 games played versus the NFC West, and 7-3 ATS their last 10 games played on the road. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 49ers today.
The very Purdy, Dionne D'Amico, said Brock Purdy's going to have some success. That's what I was laughing about. The very Purdy Dionne D'Amico says Brock Purdy is the way to go tonight. Play the San Francisco 49ers minus the 3. It is a winner. She's a winner. Follow her after the show. You can follow her to the bank, multiple sport leaderboards. And that discount, once again, $99 the rest of 2022 for Dionne and Joe. All sports. She's doing 5. I'm doing 4. Guys, you're going to get every big game we got going on the board for $99. Whether you bet $10 a game or $10,000 a game, this will pay for itself in no time. I'm going to go to my good friend Jimmy Adams, guys. You know, Jimmy's a trooper. Jimmy, what time is it over by you?
It is 12:25.
It is 12. It is after midnight by Jimmy. And I got to tell you, after midnight, where he's at, man, it's tough to stay indoors because it's a party place. Dan knows because he's been there many times. My good friend Jimmy Adams, guys, I got to tell you, every time Jimmy's on the show, I tell you that I go over to WagerTalk to go pull his stats. There's way too many stats to pull. I'm not BSing you. I'm going to tell you right now, he has so many winning stats. He is one of the most winning handicappers over at WagerTalk since he's joined the brand. And I want you to know, WagerTalk, just like Sports Memo, has the best collection of cappers on the planet. So if you're one of the best over at WagerTalk, that means you're one of the best on the planet. And Jimmy is one of the best at WagerTalk. I will tell you that. Don't believe me? go to WagerTalk after the show and follow and go see Jimmy's stats. I tell you right now, once you look at his stats, he'll make a believer out of you. You're going to follow him. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing. He's got another free best bet for you. Jimmy Adams, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, as always, Joe. Like I said, bounce back day today. We're still way up in college basketball, and we're on an 18-8 NFL run. I have a strong opinion on the side in tonight's Thursday night football game. So make sure you head over to WagerTalk and grab that. There's also an additional free play in the NFL there if you like. But let's jump right into it. For today's free play, I'm going with UConn plus the points against Marshall. We're going to play the motivational factor in this one. Look, the fact that UConn's even in a bowl game is a remarkable feat in itself. Jim Moore has just done a tremendous job with this program. Everyone remembers how terrible they've been in years past, last year, the year before. Look, from a talent perspective, it's really hard to make a case for the Huskies, but they have some notable wins versus good teams this season. They had to win 5 of their past 7 just to get bowl eligible. But in those victories, you have wins over Liberty, a very good Fresno State team. They beat Boston College. So somehow UConn's finding a way to win games. Then you look at Marshall. They're only averaging 24.2 points per game. And it's actually really around 20 points per game. They're averaging around 20 points per game against FBS competition. So Thundering Herd, they're a team that's good in the underdog role. They are not good in the double-digit favorite role at all. The Herd have been favored 4 times by double digits. They've only covered once. That came against Norfolk State. They lost 2 of those games outright. So Herd, not much of a threat through the air, and their track record is not good when they're in this position. Take a look at the total in this game. It's sitting at 41. Odds makers expecting a low-scoring affair. Motivation is going to play a huge role in this game. This game is huge for the entire UConn program, and I think we have a good shot with the Huskies. Plus the 10 is my free play recommendation.
Great stuff from Jimmy Adams. A real leaderboard fixture, not just for a week or a month or even a season, but for several years over at WagerTalk. He says, take the Huskies. They're a winner. He's a winner, and you will be too if you follow him. By the way, guys, in between segments, Dionne had to run to the restroom. I just ratted her out. She had to run to the restroom. That's never happened before. But, guys, Jimmy's a winner. He's one of the best in the history of this business. Don't believe me? Go over to WagerTalk after the show. Go look at his numbers. Numbers don't lie, and his numbers are some of the best I've ever seen. He's a winner. Follow him. You will be too. I'm going to take the floor real quick, guys. And once again, if you missed any portion of the show, we're going to run down the free plays. We're going to try to get to the questions and comments. We'll get to the final thoughts from our entire panel. We'll get on out of here in time for you to get down on all these free winners you got today. Let me take it over, guys. My friends, I have won 5 straight premium releases. And as you know, I don't put out a ton of plays a day. That means like 4 or 5 days in a row I won. And today I continue to stay perfect. I'm excited to announce I have another Las Vegas strip move play in the NBA. My NBA LVSMs are 3-1 this season. Going back to last season, 17-6 run. When all of my Las Vegas odds-making, sportsbook, and sports betting sources are on the same team as my analysts and myself, it becomes a Las Vegas strip move play. Not only that, my college basketball best bets are 100% this season. Just last night, as a 5-point underdog, I released Central Florida, which won outright by 11 as a best bet. My best bets are just like they sound. What I feel is the best bet on the board, and I feel that's the best bet on the college basketball board tonight. I have each play posted individually or both in a discounted 2-pack for just $15 over at Sports Memo, guys. And I also swept the NFL board again last weekend. As you know, the most acclaimed bowl capper the last 20 years in the business. By tonight, Thursday night, I will have all my big plays up on Sports Memo for both college and pro football through Sunday for you. I'm not going to have a million plays, but what I will have will be games of the month status, 5%, maybe even a 10% play. You know, I'm 18-3 this year, 2022, my 10% plays. This is an ideal time. I'm going to flash that across. Joe and Dionne, the rest of 22, just $99. Sounds like a Pornhub special. Joe and Dionne, just $99. Guys, I want you to know we're serious about this. We have a lot of fun in the show, but the bottom line is Dionne and myself are winners. $99, really, but $10 a game with $10,000 a game. This will give you an immediate return on your investment. Now, as far as my free play, I want to go to the NBA tonight, guys. Now, before I go to this play, I do want to tell you my free play yesterday. I did what we call in the business, very technical phrase. I pooped the bed. It was horrible. I'll tell you what, but my free plays on the shows that I've been posting and the funds that I've been posting at Sports Mobile and on the website and all this and that, I've been crushing it for months now. They've been absolutely on fire. So today I get back on track. Yesterday's play was ugly. It was ugly. And my apologies. I do try to win every free play. Obviously, I cannot. But yesterday's was ugly.
But you're on fire with them.
I am on fire, but that's not the point. I gave out a favorite of the funny thing was I gave out Wake Forest. When I gave it out, they were 10.5-point favorite. They went down to 6.5, and they only won by 1. So that's a little embarrassing. But at least I'm honest and forthright and forthcoming about it. So having said all that, we will get back on track today. We're going to go to the NBA as the Milwaukee Bucks travel to the FedEx Forum to face the Memphis Grizzlies, guys. I understand how good the Memphis Grizzlies are. I know they're a top team in the NBA. I know they've won and covered their last 6 outings, but Milwaukee is surging. They have won 8 of their last 10 straight up. They come off an absolute blowout of defending champion Golden State on Tuesday, routing them 128-111. They've got momentum, folks, and momentum means a lot when you're handicapping the NBA. The Greek Freak is putting up absolutely incredible numbers. Not just that, but he became the all-time franchise leader in minutes just the other night. That says a lot about a guy that can score like this. Bobby Portis is putting up excellent numbers off the bench, recording his 16th double-double the other night. And let's face it, Chris Middleton, he's just around the corner from All-Star form after missing, the first 20 games of the season or so. He's really, really back on track. Now, we talked about Memphis, guys. They're a great team, but they're a little banged up right now. Several key cogs in the wheel that are out. And once again, Ja Morant is listed as questionable here. Now, obviously, if he plays or if he doesn't, makes a big difference. But their offense can certainly be matched score for score by Milwaukee's offense as well. Defensively, there's no question the Bucks are far better. They're ranked in the top 10 in just about every offensive category. Defensive category. They will frustrate the Grizzlies offense, and that will help them in transition big time here. And that's why I'm siding with the Milwaukee Bucks getting points here tonight. I think they went outright, but I'll take the 2 as of showtime, guys. Let me bring everybody back on. We've got a couple of questions and comments we want to go over, and then we'll get some closing thoughts. Now, we got a couple of great things, guys. First of all right, our good friend Rye Cape always says good morning. He loves it. He loved the play that Nick had on the Eagles. And by the way, Dan, Rye Cape says you're a secret Jew fan. That's what he said. He also said that he likes to chase the steam during the bowl season. I get it. I understand. Just be careful. Do your due diligence. A lot of these top teams, as Jeff mentioned, even about Ohio State, they got players that opted out of the college football playoff. And that says a lot about a lot of these players. It really does. By the way, Jeff, speaking of Rye Cape and you, he loves your breakdown. He loves your quarter and half breakdowns. He really does. Garrick said, First Family, hey, what's up? Let's go Niners, Dionne.
Go Niners.
Love the Niners. Garrick said, too. Everybody likes you.
What can I say? I'm adorable.
You are adorable. I told you, you're pretty. Now, wait. We do want to put up things, and we do appreciate people being respectful, even if you don't agree with us. And we put up those comments as well. He thinks Daniel's son, which wax on, wax off, which I used to do a lot when I was in 7th grade. Anyway, first road game for Purdy. He says a bad first road game start. He likes the Seahawks +3. We respect your opinion. We try to win every game. Dionne likes this game. Maybe if you visit Vegas, we could bet dinner on this. Dionne wins. Dinner's on you. You win. Dinner's on us. We'll take you anywhere you want. We ain't going to take you like Dan. Dan owed me dinner. He took me to Denny's. He told him it was my birthday. So we're not going to take you there. But Danielson, we appreciate you being respectful, even into your disagreement of our plays. Guys, we love that. Guys, we're not here for everybody to sing Kumbaya. If there's something you don't like, please let us know. But we're respectful about, everything we do here, guys. So respect that. Jimmy Rye Cape loves those Huskies. And he said, not the female college basketball team. He likes Jimmy's team, the college football team. And Garrick said he misses us, guys. He missed us. We missed you, Garrick. And thank you to everybody tuning in. I'm going to get some closing thoughts and comments from a panel. Then we're going to run down the free plays. Then we're out of here. Jeff, closing thoughts and comments.
Yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'll be on the NFL show tomorrow. No family affair, so we're kicking it back over to that First Family, and I will be on the NFL show for the first time. So looking forward to that, adding another show to the list, and looking forward to some basketball action tonight and some football action, bowl action starting this weekend.
All right, great stuff by Jeff Michaels. Let me go to Jimmy Adams, where it's almost 1 a.m. where he is. He's a trooper. Jimmy, closing thoughts and comments for our viewers.
Yeah, look, it's been a tremendous NFL season all year long, and we have a play up tonight. We're going to finalize a card shortly, but I'm going to give a little piece of advice for the viewers because you guys are awesome. Head over to WagerTalk. Most of my free plays are client plays. Now they're lower rated plays, but if you're not that comfortable jumping in just yet, just head over to my page and check out the free plays. Follow those, tail them if you want, fade them if you want. I don't care. But just a little hint that most of those are client plays. So ride that and then decide if you want to get in on a subscription. But yeah, we're going to have a good weekend.
Great stuff from Jimmy Adams, my good friend, Danny Boy, Dan Kaiser. Closing thoughts or comments for our viewers, please.
Yeah, the little somber note here, college football fans, we lost a great one this week with the passing of Mike Leach. His teams might not have been that great, but, you know, he was always must-see for his either pregame, halftime, postgame, or weekly press conferences. If you've never seen anything Mike Leach has said, check that out on YouTube. He was one of a kind.
Aw.
Guys, we love Dan Kaiser. He is all heart. And we love that about him. That's what makes him not just a great capper, but a great person. And we love you, Dan. Very heartfelt. Thank you for always being so sincere and so warm on this show and every show you do. We love you, Dan. I'm going to run down the free plays real quick. Dion's going to take us on out of here. Enough time for you to take advantage of all these free winners you got from this amazing panel. Now, Nick Parsons had to take off, but he told everybody, the Eagles are going to score. By the way, guys, 2 pots of Corsini. That's an imported coffee from Italy. Zips me up a little bit. The Eagles are going to score -9. Dan, what'd you have for everybody, buddy?
Take the Rice Owls plus the points.
Jeff Michaels?
I got the Clippers -1 in the first half tonight.
Great stuff. Dionne D'Amico?
I am going the Niners -3 tonight.
Jimmy Boy, Jimmy Adams?
UConn +10 in the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Gotta love it. Your sexy and savory host says the Milwaukee Bucks +2 is the winner. Dion's going to take us on out of here, guys. Enough time for you to get down on all these free winners. And by the way, guys, we always love your questions and comments. Keep tuning in. We're going to keep supplying you with the best cappers on the planet, the best free content. A few laughs, too. I know we have a lot of fun, especially me. I try to lighten it up. Guys, it's the first thing in the morning. I get up 1 a.m. every day. I'm on 2 pots of coffee. I got to tell you, though, I get to wake up with the love of my life, really. Do what I love to do, hang out with some of my favorite people, not just in this business, guys, on the planet. The people that are working with us on these shows on Sports Myrtle TV are some of my favorite people on the planet, guys. And I get to give you winners, and you guys put your trust in me. That means the world to me. So we do like to have a good time here. But bottom line is we give you everything from the heart. And Dan Kaiser, you proved that we're all heart here. We appreciate you, buddy. And we appreciate all you viewers out there. Dion, take us out of here.
Yeah, so make sure that you follow all of the amazing cappers from the First Family Show on Twitter, along with myself and Joey. Make sure to tune into all of Sports Memo TV shows for a ton of free winners and some great betting insights. And on behalf of Nick, Jeff, Jimmy, Dan, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck. Have a winning day. Thor says have a winning day. Have a winning day, guys.